This is 9.2 areas of circles and 9.3 perimeters and areas of composite figures. The area of a circle is pi r squared. And remember that area has square units, which means inches squared or meters squared or whatever other unit you may have. So if we are to find the area of a circle, we're going to round our answer to the nearest hundredth. So here I have a radius of 9, and using my formula, area equals radius squared. Plugging in 9, that's pi times 81, and rounded to the nearest hundredth, multiplying by 3.14, we would get 254.34 meters squared. Here I have a circle with radius we don't know, but the diameter is 28. So we have to remember that diameter is twice the radius, so the radius would be 14. So then plug in 14 here, and 14 squared is 196, multiplied by 3.14. This has an area of 615.44 inches squared. Here I have a semicircle with a diameter of 40 feet. So the area of a semicircle is half the area of a full circle. So that means we're going to take pi r squared and divide by 2. Plug in the radius, so half of this diameter is 20 squared. And remember, follow order of operations. To get 20 squared is 400. 400 times pi is 1256. Divided by 2 is 628 feet squared. A siren can be heard up to 1.5 miles away in all directions. From how many square miles can the siren be heard? So this is finding area where I have the siren, which is heard 1.5 miles in every direction from that siren. So that means the radius is 1.5. So we're finding the area with a radius of 1.5 to get 7.065 miles squared. A composite figure is a figure made up of triangles, squares, rectangles, semicircles, and other two-dimensional figures. To find the area of composite figures, we're going to split the figure into shapes that we know how to find the area, and then add all the areas together. To find the perimeter, it's a similar process where we just find all the sides and add them together. We are going to find the area of this shape. We can split it along the diagonal, and we can see we have a triangle and a semicircle put together. So the perimeter is going to be the 4 plus 4, and then plus the curved edge of the semicircle. So a semicircle is half of a circle, so we need to find half of the circumference of that circle. And circumference is 2 pi r. So find the area there, plug in the information we know. 4 plus 4 is 8. The radius is 6, and so we would have to multiply this. Half of 6 is 3, and 8 plus 3 pi, we would have to add those together to get the area. Then to find the area here, we have the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, plus the area of this semicircle. So the radius is 6, so we would multiply 6 squared to get 36, and then half of that is 18, half of 16 is 8. Adding that all together, you get 64.52 feet squared. Notice the difference. For perimeter, we just have regular feet because it is 1 dimension. For area, we have feet squared because it is 2 dimensions. Next, we have this figure, which looks like it is a rectangle with a circle merged in the middle. So we know that this total length is 12, but we have 3 for the part of the rectangle and 3 for this part of the rectangle. So to find the diameter of the circle, we would have 12 minus 3 minus 3, which is 6. So the diameter of the circle is 6. Then to find the perimeter of the whole figure, I have 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9, so 2 times 9. And then the circumference of a circle is pi times diameter. So then I would plug in 6, which we found here, and pi times 6. Multiplying and adding, we get our final answer of 36.84 units. To find the area of this figure, we have two rectangles that are the same size, and the circle in the middle. So base times height, 3 times 3, the radius would be 3 because that's half of 6. Plug that in and we get 46.26 units squared. Since we were not told what the units are for this, we just call it units, and that is going to be it. The center of the basketball court has a radius of 3 feet and is painted blue. The rest of the court is stained brown. 1 gallon of stain covers 120 square feet. How many gallons of wood stain would you need to cover the brown portion of the court? So everything in this court that is not the blue center will be stained brown. So you can see the width is 50 and the length of the court is 84 feet. So for the circle, we need to find that area and take that away from the whole rectangle. So the area of the circle we find is 18.84, and the area of the rectangle is 4,200. So then the brown is going to be the rectangle taking away the blue to get 4,181.16 feet squared. Then the stain covers 120 square feet. So we take the area and divide by the number of gallons to get our total of 34.8 gallons of wood stain.